a coach who has transformed European soccer in recent years. In years when top teams are increasingly pressing high up the pitch. But he found a solution, a playing philosophy. A style of soccer that reminds us of Pep Guardiola. The switch from slow to fast, lots of passes and few touches. Exactly. We analyze the tactics of Roberto De Zerbi. De Zerbi's Marseille team plays in a very variable style. Nevertheless, all approaches follow a principle that reflects De Zerbi's playing philosophy. Today we take a look at these principles, integrating the goalkeeper into the build-up play, the asymmetrical box midfield, how they stretch the lines, and the important role Greenwood plays under De Zerbi. Let's start. When Marseille builds up play from deep, they integrate the goalkeeper into the game as an additional outfield player. In addition, a center-back drops back next to him. The two outside center-backs move higher up and into the center to gain more depth. This creates a 2+3 build-up. Now the goalkeeper has two options. Because the outside is left open, the passing lane to the wings is free. On the other hand, two players are free on the other side, creating a numerical advantage. This is because the goalkeeper plays like a center-back and waits until he is also approached. Because the opposing goalkeeper cannot press, Marseille already has one more player in the build-up. In addition, the opponent has a center-back further back to cover the space, resulting in a +2 situation. The goalkeeper decides to play out this situation and passes the ball to the left side, where the defender carries the ball into the open space. Marseille has thus decided on a side, which they now overload by moving all central players into this half. The winger on the other side stays wide to create space to shift the play. Marseille still has numerical superiority on the left side as the opponent tries to close the gaps in the back line. That's why they try to form triangles to play around the opponent. That's why Rondo is such good practice. Thanks to the triangles, Marseille once again gains depth and activates the third man. They also open up gaps by luring defenders out of their line. This creates opposing movements as players run into this space from deep. There is still plenty of space to shift on the right side. At the back three provides security and also offers support to shift the play to the other side. As the space is becoming too tight, this option must be used. Now it gets interesting. The defender does not play the ball directly backwards. Marseille rotates the ball horizontally along the line, gradually pulling the midfield forward to stretch the play vertically and create space in the opponent's defensive block. Greenwood is completely free and can run into this space. Meanwhile, the two defensive midfielders run towards the other side to open up the passing lane. The defender can now play deep into the space, while the striker and wingers run towards him to lure the back line even higher and create space behind them. Greenwood can now turn and play the ball into the run. In this scene, you can see how Marseille uses their box midfield. With 4 center players, they overload the center of the field. This causes the opponent to try to tighten up the center, which frees up space on the outside. The defender now plays the ball into the center and thus into the area where 5 opposing players are standing. The opponent thinks that Marseille has fallen into their trap and presses the center. But that is exactly the goal. This frees up space on the wings, where the outside center-back can be played in via third-man dynamics. He now has the opportunity to attack the back line, either with a long ball over the defensive line, or by playing out the 2-on-1 situation and overrunning. However, Marseille does not always play with classic number 10s who are always in the center. In this case, Greenwood drops further out wide. This presents the opponent with an impossible decision. Either the opponent's number 6 follows him, leaving a large gap in the center, or he sticks to the compact defensive style and stays close to the middle. The opponent chooses the second option. This creates a 3-on-2 situation for Marseille and gives Greenwood space to turn. He attacks the opponent's defensive line and runs towards the center. The opposing fullback must therefore make another decision. Do I cover the wing or do I close down the center? He tries to stay compact and thus gives the wing space. This is exactly what tactics and game philosophy in soccer mean. Always forcing the opponent to make decisions that he loses in both cases. which gives your own team advantages. Advantages that increase the probability of possession, scoring chances, or other things. It is also good to know that De Zerbi always has his box midfield play asymmetrically. This creates gaps for deep passes to the number 10s and also draws compact opponents to one side. The opposing number 6 South therefore have to follow the two number 10s and get tied up. This opens up space on one half, in this case the right. So despite the compact midfield pressing, which is supposed to close down the middle in any case, the opponent is pulled to one side. Now pay attention to Marseille's number 6, who moves into exactly this space. While he shifts to the side and sends the winger into a dribble, the striker runs and ties up both center backs. Greenwood is behind him and is therefore not covered by anyone. He is in the space that the striker gives him by pulling the center backs further back. And he is the player who receives the ball in the backcourt and shoots it into the goal. That was the analysis of De Zerbi and Marseille. Subscribe to the channel and write in the comments whether you like the length of the videos or whether you would prefer them to be longer. Bye.